How do you network yourself to the top? Hey and welcome to today's video. My name is Julian. I'm one of the co-founders of 10x, and on my channel I talk about blockchain, cryptocurrencies, decentralization, but also a lot about startups and entrepreneurship. And one topic that has been coming up a lot, and I received many questions from you, is, Julian, you always talk about all the relationships and the value of your network. How do you network yourself to the top? How do you network with people that might be out of your league? And this is a fantastic question, and I think it's underestimated how important relationships and networks are. I am of the opinion that today we don't live in the information age, we live in the relationship age. Because nothing is more important than the people you know, the people you can rely on, meaningful relationships. So it's not about having 5,000 connections on Facebook or Instagram, it's really about those few very valuable connections. And one of the things obviously is the value of these connections, especially if you want to become more, if you want to become better, you will need to surround yourself with better people and smarter people. And here is a problem. If you want to surround yourself with people that are better than you, why would they want to deal with you if you are obviously worse? In whatever fact we're looking at, if we're looking at sports, why would someone who is really competitive and wants to push him or herself in sports, why would this person be with you if you are worse? And this concept applies to money, to fitness, to any kind of idea, to learning, to knowledge, to whatever it is. And I have found a very good strategy in how you can network yourself up. And this has been actually a foundational building block to my success, because I really am very careful with the people I surround myself with and the people I know. So the trick is this. You can be worse in one sector that you want to grow, but you can exchange value in something else where you can deliver value to the other person. Let me give you an example. I talk about this in my book, 25 Stories I Would Tell My Younger Self. This is an example from 10 years ago, right? This is basically the story from all the way when I was 3 years old till I think when I was close to making my very first million when I was, I think, 29 or 30. And it's this entire story. And I talk about this Spanish businessman in Barcelona that I got to know, and he gave me so many valuable business tips. Now, why did he want to hang around with me if he was way better in business than me, had more money than me, and just had more skills? Well, he wanted to get better at kite surfing. And I was a professional kite surfer, so I could basically do a trade or a barter. You teach me about money and business, and I teach you about kite surfing. And this was a really good trade, and this really helped a lot. And I met a lot of people through kite surfing. I met a lot of founders actually from Silicon Valley through some organizations where we tried to bring startup founders together with kite surfing. Now today, the same thing applies again, because I am really knowledgeable in the terms of blockchain and cryptocurrencies, and some others are not. So I can swap and say, you know what? You teach me about business, about traditional finance or whatever, and I teach you about blockchain and cryptocurrencies. When I was in medicine, same story. I taught people about medicine, about mindset, about all these kind of skills, and they taught me about whatever. So what the trick for you is to understand what skill, what knowledge could you get better at, where you could be the opinion leader, where you could push yourself, and then you could trade that with something else in other fields. Now, obviously, the more relevant that skill is that you're developing, the easier and the more helpful it's going to be. If you're going to be a really good gamer, it might help you, it might not help you. But obviously, if you are, let's say, really good in sports or really fit, well, you can kind of work with people who might be more successful in other areas by doing a barter, by doing a trade. And this has been something that I've been really focusing on, and I think that's a very important skill. Trust me, build your network, build your relationships, because that's going to be a very big asset in your life, and you should start this as early as possible. I think you can just leverage from that when building a business later on. If you have any questions on this, let me know in the comments down below. I'll always have a look, and then in some later videos I will comment on those. Also, for those that are wondering why do I not always do the English version to a German video, it just depends a bit on time. Also, if we do them live or if we do them pre-recorded when I can budget time a bit better. So I will try to do bilingual, but it's not always gonna work. So if you want to be notified to any video, subscribe, click the little bell button, let me know your questions down below. Give me a thumbs up if you like this, and other than that, see you at the next video. Yours truly, Julian.